During the days of colonial rule in India, a British administrator wanted to get rid of the snakes in the city of Delhi. He devised a cunning plan. He offered to pay money to local residents for each cobra skin that they delivered. What could possibly go wrong? Well, enterprising locals responded by farming cobras to earn extra cash. And once the authorities became aware, they stopped the payments. The result? The now worthless snakes were released, leading to more cobras and not less. This phenomenon of unintended consequences later became known as the cobra effect. Ah, those stupid British imperialists, I hear you say. But the French were no better, for when they ran Vietnam, they offered money for rat tails to reduce the rat population in Hanoi. The result? More rats running around without tails. Since then, there have been many examples of unintended consequences, such as the prohibition of alcohol and drugs leading to more organised crime, or even Chairman Mao's campaign to get rid of sparrows, which he labelled public animals of capitalism, resulting in the Great Chinese Famine. But not all unintended consequences are necessarily negative. For example, the spontaneous order of markets is a positive unintended consequence. Think about the hundreds, thousands and millions of willing transactions between willing buyers and sellers, when added together and aggregated up, creates the spontaneous order of market economies. Adam Smith spoke of the invisible hand. Friedrich Hayek believed that spontaneous order is a better way to understand the dynamics of markets than the textbook version, which assumes perfect information and perfect markets. Hayek argues that markets may not be perfect, but they ultimately lead to a more efficient allocation of societal resources than any design could achieve. But these positive unintended consequences doesn't mean that we should ignore negative unintended consequences, especially when dealing with today's issues. As politicians look for greener policies, let's hope that they learn the lessons from previous unintended negative consequences. For example, in 2001, the UK government introduced a system of car tax to persuade motorists to switch to diesel cars, which emitted less carbon. But the so-called dash to diesel led to a rise in nitrogen dioxide emissions and other dangerous particulates. So next time a government announces a new policy to tackle a specific problem, let's hope that they have thought through the consequences, intended and unintended.